Hello, I'm Danielle, and I'm going to talk to you about the Ages and Stages questionnaire. This is something that most parents will know about and have encountered at things like their local health unit or in development checkups. It's something that they would go through and do. So the parent does it, it gets scored, and then the parent is either told that their child is developing on track, that there are a couple of things that they could do and given a little handout, or told that they would be referred to a professional, like a speech therapist or an occupational therapist. Um, this is a very easy to use resource that most parents, as I said, will have encountered in their parenting lives. Places like the Child Care Resource and Referral Center and Mackenzie Counseling here in Mackenzie will also have these available to do. One of the reasons why I chose this is because I find that it is something that is misunderstood and a little bit feared by parents, that their kids are being judged or found wanting when they don't meet the cutoffs. I find the ASQ super valuable because if your kid's not meeting the cutoff, that usually means that they're going to need help. And this is a fast and simple way to tell professionals or to get your child's name out there to professionals. Personally, with my daughter, we had this experience that she was a very slow developer, physical in her gross motor development. She took a very long time to sit up and roll over. She actually didn't sit up and roll over independently until she was 11 months old, and she didn't walk until she was 18 months old. Because of the ASQ, she had been getting help and occupational therapy since she was about 9 months old for these things. So I was well equipped with things to do and people to help me in helping her. And I really credit the availability of these screeners from province to province. She was born in Saskatoon. We lived in Alberta. We moved to BC. And everywhere we did these ASQs, and they were able to track her development easily from place to place. So I'll talk a little bit about how the ASQ works, and then I'll talk about why I want educators to know about it and help parents work through it. So you fill out the little questionnaire, and then you go through a bunch of questions with your child. You're supposed to have your child with you so that you can watch them do it. So some examples are if you point to a picture of a ball, kitty, cup, hat, or etc., and ask your child, what is this? Does your child correctly name at least one picture? So you can give them a couple chances. So then after you've done that task with them, then you would say yes sometimes or not yet. The tasks and questions go through all areas of development. And then there are some longer form questions like, does your child have a family history of hearing loss? Or do you have any specific concerns? Once all that has been filled out by the parent with the child, then they would bring it to someone employed by the professional to score it. And then it would be passed through the appropriate channels. So if they're in the white, that means that they've passed cutoff. Their developing, what does it say here? Their development appears to be on schedule. So there are no concerns in these areas of development. If they're in the gray, there are some concerns. They should be monitored, and they would give you a little sheet of things to do to help you keep pushing your kid forward in development. If they're below the cutoff, then the sheet suggests, the ASQ suggests that they should be forwarded to a professional of some kind, so speech therapist or occupational therapist or whoever it is to help them in that range of development. Anytime a parent says that they're concerned, that tips them further on the scale to referring them. So this is the thing. Why is it so important for me that we use this, and how can we use it as educators? One of the things that I'm endeavoring to do in our center is to provide ASQs on a regular basis with our infant and toddler room, just so that we can track development and make an ASQ less of a scary thing. Another thing is that we can show parents that we do have these sheets and we are doing these theme activities, which I think takes the fear and surprise out of having a sheet of homework to do with your kid if you know that daycare is already doing it and that these things are simple things to do with your child. To sum up, I guess, I really like the ASQ. I like having all that data accumulated, and I think that it's very helpful to see things in a clear way and to see just a picture of your child